When I started this journey, I thought board game design had a beginning and an end. You come up with an idea, you build it, you publish that sucker. But after asking if it's actually possible to self-publish a board game, I realized something. There isn't one process, there are 13 phases. And I've almost made it into the first one. If you're new here, I'm documenting my journey of designing my first board game. Not as someone who knows what they're doing, but as someone learning it step by step. In the last video I asked a question, is it even possible to self-publish a board game? And the answer was yes. But here's the full journey most don't talk about. So today I want to jog through those 13 phases, not as a master, but as someone just trying to get an understanding of what I'm getting myself into. Phase 0 is where I started without even realizing it. Not even designing yet, just asking questions. Why make a game? Can I actually self-publish one? What does from idea to shelf even mean? This phase is about realizing there's a journey at all. And honestly, I'd be curious how many people stop here, don't even make it past this. Because once you see the full path, it suddenly feels a lot bigger than you expected. Before you build anything, you start studying what actually makes games work. Which this is the brutal part, because you have to play the games. It's the worst. Not copying ideas, but understanding what makes games work. And not just game designs either. What makes Chick-fil-A the best restaurant? Why is Disney World the greatest theme park system in the world? Why are J's the best shoe? Back to what we're actually talking about here. What are the things that make a game feel good instead of confusing? And what I've learned from playing some games myself is that good games don't feel complicated, but they're very intentional underneath the surface. Phase 2 is where the game actually becomes real. You stop saying, I want to make a game, and start asking, what is my game actually about? Who is it for? Is it competitive, cooperative, solo? What is the core experience? Right now, I'm somewhere between ideas and direction, but I can't wait to see this game start to take shape. Phase 3 is where the game engine is created. Mechanics, turn structure, resources, win conditions, the actual system players will interact with. I haven't built this yet, but this is where games either become interesting or collapse under the weight of complexity. Phase 4 is where planning stops and the building finally starts. But not pretty building, ugly building. Paper, cards, Sharpies, whatever works. Because the goal here isn't perfection, it's just testing reality. Phase 5 is where people finally start interacting with your game and everything falls apart. Rules get misunderstood, strategies don't work, but you learn faster than any planning phase could ever teach. Phase 6 is the refinement phase. This is where you're correcting, fixing things that don't work, cutting off the bloat. You're not adding more here, you're just fixing or refining what's already there. Phase 7 is where the game has to survive without you. You gotta let it go. Can someone actually take the box, open it, and understand it without you hovering over their shoulder? Or does the game only work if you're there to explain it? Phase 8 is the fork in the road. Do you pitch it to publishers or do you go the self-publishing route? And clearly I'm not here yet, but this definitely feels like one of the biggest decisions that need to be made along this journey. Even though, as you've seen, if you've watched the previous videos, I've made up my mind on that already as we go into phase 9, which is where I start focusing on self-publishing the game. This phase is where you become more than a designer, you become a producer. Manufacturing, cost, shipping, fulfillment. I'm nowhere near this phase yet. I'm kind of grateful because boy does that sound overwhelming. Phase 10 is the fun part because this is where people judge the game. People judge games by the cover, be honest. The box, the art, the table presence. This is the phase where the game becomes something people want to take off the shelf. 3 more phases to go, hang with me. Phase 11, this is the phase that I'm already starting to think about right now. Because if nobody knows how good your game it is, it doesn't really matter how good it ends up being. Now if crowdfunding comes into the picture, which I'm not sure how it can't in our current board gaming environment, this becomes its own massive phase. Campaigns, rewards, stretch goals, and a lot of pressure to fulfill. And finally, the launch. The moment the game officially leaves you. People open it, play it, review it, and the journey actually doesn't end here. It just changes. So this is the roadmap I've been able to piece together thus far. 13 phases, and I'm just at the beginning. In the next video, we're not going to talk about this anymore. We're going to take a look at why most game designers fail, and then we're getting to phase 1. We're going to start discussing design principles in general, and then specifically game design. Can't wait to see you there.